So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Thor Ragnarok Thunder Effects set, Thor. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a very basic looking style box when it comes to this SH Figuarts Thor. It does have a cube shape though, like how the Thunder Effects were. So we do get the window right there on the front of the box. On the left side does say SH Figuarts Thor Thunder Effects set. Then we do get an image of the figures as Marvel, Thor, Ragnarok, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here is the bottom of the box with another image, well, the same image that was on the front of the box there. And then here is the top of the box. And then the one side of it with another image of the Thor figure with the Thunder Effects looking pretty cool. And then here is the other side of the box with that same image that's on most sides of the boxes. And then the back of the box here to show a bunch of cool poses you can get the figure into along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at the God of Thunder. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Tamashii Nations killed it with the detail on this Thor Ragnarok. Thor, the head sculpt looks great. I think that does look just like Chris Hemsworth. So the 3D image printing really worked very well on this figure. The eyes both painted look in the same direction. The beard looks pretty good too. It does have that light gold with the black shading or brown shading throughout it, which actually looks pretty good on the figure, and you can see the eyebrows on there and everything. So good job on the face sculpt. The helmet looks dope as well. I wish it had more of like a weathered look. I forgot if it looked brand new and clean in the movie or if it did look weathered, but the paint on it's nice and clean, and the sculpt looks dope on it too. In this piece you can hinge back and forth or swivel back and forth there just like in the movie, which is a pretty cool little feature to it. And then for his armor, the torso looks great on this figure. For his armor, we get the strap right here with the gold like buttons or pieces on there, and then these gold pieces look great too. Nice clean paint all throughout it. There's even some like stitching on these circular gold pieces, which look pretty good. Well, it's more noticeable on that one, not really on this one too much though. But the armor looks great, really nice sculpt all throughout it. We do get that those symbols that they put on him right before he went and fought Hulk, which look pretty good. Nice clean paint on those. And then the back there, do get the continuation of the strap. And there is a buckle right there, which looks pretty cool. They have a bunch of holes and they sculpted them all through there, which look dope too. And then the cape, the torn ripped cape looks sick, and they actually added shading on it, and it makes it look so much better. And it is a very soft, rubbery type plastic. I would have preferred cloth, but this doesn't really hinder any articulation really, but very nice sculpt all throughout it. I like the way it looks draped over right here and around here, and you can see how it's ripped on the bottom, and the shading, like I said, looks great on it too. And there's even shading on the inside as well. I really like the way the belt looks, and the buckle looks pretty cool too. But the loincloth itself looks really nice. We get some sculpted wrinkles all throughout it on this piece. On this piece, we do get these symbols once again on there. And then the back of it, do get some more sculpted wrinkles and stuff, and the continuation of the belt with the buckles and everything. So nice job on the belt and loincloth. And the arms look alright. We got a couple sculpted veins on there. I wish they would have added shading, because the skin tone on the face is a bit darker compared to the skin tone on the neck and the arms, because they just went with the color of the plastic obviously, but they didn't add any shading, and it looks like there's some sort of shading on the face there, so it really doesn't match with the neck and the arms, the skin tone. But the gauntlets look sick on this Thor here, all the buckle or the straps with the buckles and everything, and the top of it, very nice sculpt on it. Same with the other one. Well, that one has more like wrappings all around his forearm and wrist there, which look pretty cool. And then we do get the armor on his left shoulder, which is on a ball peg, so you can move it around a little bit. And we do have a strap right there, which is supposed to be connected to it. But they did a good job with like these symbols on it, nice clean paint and everything. And then the legs, they did a fantastic job on the pants. Very nice sculpted wrinkles. You can see some tiny stitching all throughout there, which look incredible. Nice tiny sculpt detail on the pants, man. Even on the back we get some more sculpted wrinkles and some seams and everything. And then we do get the knee guards. Well, this one's covered by the shin guard there, but we do get the continuation of these symbols as well, as you can see. But the knee pads have some nice sculpted wrinkles on the back. And then the wrappings around the lower legs look sick. Very clean paintwork on the lighter brown for the wrappings there. And then since he has the blue shin guard, we do get some straps. And I like the way the shin guard looks. We get more of those symbols painted on there. And there is a very subtle black wash on it, and it looks really nice actually. And then for the feet, pretty pretty basic looking. Then on the bottom we do get some very nice sculpted treads. So overall I think the detail was executed extremely well on this Thor Ragnarok Thor, and Tamashii Nations did a fantastic job with the paint and sculpt. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get some pretty cool stuff included with this Thor, but I do wish they included a few more things with this figure, like an alternate head with the face paint that doesn't have the helmet on, and I do wish they gave us the shield, and I believe it was a mace that he was first using when he first walked out into the arena. So I do wish they included those things. But what we do get with this figure, we do get two badass swords, and this is definitely my favorite accessory included with the figure. I love that like bluish tealish color type blade right there. It is sharp, so be careful of that, and I do like the black sculpted lines on the blade as well. I think that looks pretty dope, and I do like the copper color on the cross guard and the end of the handle, and then they did sculpt some nice work on the gold handle right there. So very cool looking swords, and he does grip onto them very well with his gripping hands. So we do get two of those. Then we do get two different sheaths. We have the ones with the swords in them, and then the ones without the swords in them. And they did some nice sculpt work all throughout the sheaths and on the handles and everything. And I believe they are painted. I'm not 100% sure on that. Then they do have pegs, because you do peg them right into the back of the God of Thunder, right on the peg hole there. And I don't know why these sheaths are so small. Did the swords like get shorter when you put them in, or did they like hang out at the end or something like that? I don't know why the sheaths are so tiny compared to the actual blade of the swords there. So we do get that stuff, and then we also get 6 alternate hands. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and very nice sculpt detail all throughout these. They're not painted, they're just molded in the color of the plastic, and all the hands are very simple to swap out. So we do get a pair of fists, then we do get a pair of gripping hands here, which are meant for his bladed weapons, the swords of course, and like I said, he does grip onto them perfectly with these hands here. I don't know if you can have him grip onto his hammer or not. I don't know if the SH Figuarts one or the Figma one can work on this figure, but very nice sculpt detail on these hands. And then finally we get a pair of open hands here, and very nice sculpt detail all throughout these. The fingernails are sculpted on there and everything. So those are the 6 alternate hands we get. And then we finally get the blue Thunder effects, because this is the Thunder effects set. So it does come in 5 pieces. We do have the main base piece right here, and then you do have the piece that you peg right into the top, so that's 2. Then we do get 3 medium pieces here, and they did a nice job with them. It is a clear translucent plastic, mostly with some blue paint added here and there throughout it, and it gives it a nice look, you know what I mean? And then we do have like these clips on the end, so you can peg it or clip it onto like a figure's arm or wrist, or you can clip it maybe onto the main base of the Thunder effect. So we do get that one. Then we do get this one here, very cool looking, and then the last for the medium pieces we get this one right here. So we do get those 3 medium pieces. Then we do get the base here with the top piece that, as you can see, it's just one single piece, and it does peg right into the top of the main part of this effect set here, and it has that very nice blue paint in the center right there and all throughout it. But it is mostly a clear translucent plastic, but it does give it a nice look, and it is a cool little accessory to add in with a web exclusive, so Bluefin is able to distribute it in the US. But anyway, that is all the cool accessories included with this Thor. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? And by the way, these are very sharp, so be careful of that. Now for the height of the God of Hammers. To the very top of his helmet, it looks like he's around 6 inches and 1/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Infinity War Captain America, the Homecoming Spider-Man, the Civil War Black Panther, and the Infinity War Doctor Strange. And I feel like Thor should be around 6.5 inches tall, because he definitely should be taller than Black Panther. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord with Baby Groot on his shoulders, the Marvel Legends Groot with the SH Figuarts Rocket on his shoulders, the Mezco 112 Black Suit Spidey, and the SH Figuarts Gladiator Hulk. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectibles Sub-Zero, the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, the Figma Deadpool, and the Marvel Legends Cable. And then here he is compared to some other godlike superheroes besides this Predator. The Mafex Justice League Superman, the SH Figuarts Justice League Wonder Woman, the SH Figuarts Injustice Superman, and the NECA Scar Predator. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for all the articulations, some points are good while others definitely aren't. So we do have two joints at the neck. The upper neck joint, you can only get Thor to not look up at all because it does get hindered by the helmet, which is a bit disappointing, but it does go down a tiny bit, so he does look down much better than looking up at the upper neck. Then we do get very nice pivot up there, and then of course swivel. The lower neck joint doesn't go back at all, gets hindered by his collar, but it does go forward a lot, so you can pretty much get him to look all the way down. Then you do get a little bit of pivot there, gets hindered by the collar, and then it does swivel as well. Then I mentioned before in the helmet that this can swivel up and down, so not the best movement at the at both neck joints there. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso around the abdomen there, and Thor can crunch forward with that joint, not too much actually, so really bad forward movement. Does go back, I guess, a little bit better. Not the best forward and back movement though. We do get pretty good pivot actually out of the torso, and then it does swivel as well. The waist here goes forward and back much better compared to the torso there, so very nice forward and back movement at the waist with both joints. He crunches forward that much, and both joints he does go back a lot. Then we do get not the best pivot actually, and then it does swivel as well, so you get the better pivot at the torso, but you get the better forward and back movement at the waist there. Then for the arms here, like I said, the shoulder pad piece is on a ball peg, so it can move all around. And then the shoulders, we do get a little bit of a butterfly joint there, and it can go up and down as well. Then you do get a very nice circular motion out of the arm, and then the shoulder pad can kind of hinder the movement of the arm going out to the side, so you could either try to tuck it under, but it really doesn't go out too far, or you could put it over and eventually it'll pop off if you go up too high, as you just saw there. But let me show you on this arm instead. So Thor's arms can go out a little bit further than 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. They do go up and down. No bicep swivel, it's actually built into the shoulder right there, which I hate very much, so it does swivel there. Then we do get the single jointed elbow that bends in a little more than 90 degrees, and the joint does swivel where it connects into the bicep, so it makes up for not having true bicep swivel. And then it does swivel a tiny bit where it connects into the forearm there. Then we do have a ball hinge on the wrist, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, Thor can kick forward a really good amount actually, a lot more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. The loincloth piece can hinder it a little bit, but doesn't hinder it too much, as you just saw. And then it does go back about 45 degrees, and let's see if we can Jean-Claude Van Damme it. And Thor cannot Jean-Claude Van Damme it. Looks like it goes out a little bit more than 45 degrees, which is alright. Then we do get the upper thigh swivel there. We do have the double jointed knees that bend back almost all the way, so that's pretty good, but it doesn't swivel at all where the knee joint connects to the thigh or lower leg. Now for the ankles, the right ankle does get hindered by the shin guard here, so that is a bit disappointing. As you can see, the swivel is getting hindered right there. Even going up, it gets hindered. Going down, it doesn't really hinder it. Even pivot, well, the pivot really doesn't get hindered too much, as you can see there. The left one, as you can see, swivels much better, hinges up much better, and has the same type of pivot. So the ankle pivot does get hindered a bit by the shin guard there. Then we do have a nice toe hinge. So overall, I think we get some pretty good articulation with this Thor. Some points definitely could have been much better, but overall, you're going to be able to get him in some decent God of Thunder-like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Thor Ragnarok Thor Thunder Effects set. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd definitely have to give it an 8.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, so you could head over to their website at agelessgeeks.com, or I would recommend going through their Instagram or their Facebook group. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Thor Ragnarok, Thor with the Thunder Damn it. So we do get a basic looking style box when it comes to the SH Figuarts Justice League Wonder Woman, the SH Figuarts Wondering Woman. Damn it. But I do wish we got a few more things, like a, almost said unhelmeted, included with this Thor, and I do wish they included with this Thor, but I do wish they damn it, I did it again. Damn ye. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on to damn it, what the hell is wrong with me? The thunder effects, damn it! Which come on the figure out of the packaging in very nice scope deets. Scope? The heck, man? I keep messing up. Damn it!